Holy Spirit, come. Holy Spirit, dwell here.
I have 3 other living relatives with it right now that are in my, somewhere in my side of the orchard of our family trees.
Yeah, right.
And we all have that same disease, but it has manifested in our body in different ways. My cousin had thyroid cancer. I've never had thyroid cancer. My other cousin has these fibromas, these cystic fibers that are just kind of a bad deal. I don't have those. Her sister doesn't have those. So my dad had 4 daughters, so there was a chance of 2 of us, at least 2 of us having it.
What conditions did it produce in your dad?
He had the sebaceous cysts. They grow in deep tissue and they can be painful. It used to just be, they call it FAP, but it's colon cancer because you didn't really live past the colon cancer. So as we started getting more medical intervention and as time went on and we learned more and more and we knew more where to look, then people started living longer and you could see the other ways that this disease presented in the body. And so, yeah, I think my dad had 4 bouts of cancer by the time he passed.
And how old was he when he passed?
He was 57.
Okay.
He was 57, which was, one of the more elderly that you got to be with that. It was more of you need to make your peace with this, as far as, God does not make deals. And I kind of find comfort in that because I feel like the devil will make a lot of deals.
Yeah.
And I don't need my God to make deals, I guess.
Right. Well, you're always selling something. You're selling something.
Right. I don't need,
like you're in control. And then
right. Like I can boss this around. And I think that the Holy Spirit
what compromise are you making in order to get what you need?
Right. If you, and also thank him that he doesn't make deals with us. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. He doesn't say, the best salesman wins. That's not what he says. That's not what saves us. And, and a lot of people maybe find the way that I navigate some of the physical and mental and emotional hardships, because we all have them, right? Maybe you don't have a disease that causes cancer, but we've all had our heart broken. We've buried people who've had cancer. We've been the ones sitting beside the hospital bed holding a hand thinking, I would do anything to take this from you. I would take this from you if I could.
Yeah.
I would trade places with you right now. I cannot do it. I mean, whether you have, we are all in need of a comforter. We are all in need of the Holy Spirit, who also goes by other names like wisdom, like advocate, like helper. We all need that, where you're not only dealing with the very real things that accompany your sickness, like pain. It feels like death stalks you a little bit. Like, even if you can keep it at bay, you're like, when are you going to pop out from around the corner and try to get me again? And will I be physically saved from you this time? And then you also are contending with the grief of the people that love you. So I think, when you're having a really bad day and you're super sick, you're just trying to get through the minute. Like you're just trying to get through the next hour. Or, if you're bad sick in a hospital bed and, the fentanyl or morphine really isn't touching you, but it feels better than when you're just writhing in agony and you've got 8 minutes left on the clock before you can get any more of that relief. That you are just trying to power through, but you also have moments of other people's grief breaking through your physical condition. I mean, I think of my sweet mom and just not just my dad's sickness, but mine and other extended family members, and just being the well one, taking care of those who are sometimes hanging on by a thread,
Yeah.
or just the insult to injury. Not only are they in agony, but they can't go to the bathroom by themselves. They can't dress themselves. They can't. I mean, when my daughter was born, I couldn't hold her. I mean, 3 months after she was born, I couldn't hold her. I got 3 months with her before I had a surgery that left me as kind of vulnerable and weak and helpless and dependent as the very infant daughter that was in her crib next to the couch I was laying in. I don't want to say there's a certain amount of resignation. You're not supposed to resign yourself to certain things, especially in our faith, right? In this branch of believing where we're trying not to dance too close to the prosperity gospel, but we do plenty of, we were told to ask for a miracle. We were told to be healed. We were told in Jesus's name. We were told we are more than a conqueror. There is no weapon against me, and those are good things. I'm not saying don't read them. I'm not saying don't pray them. And I'm not saying don't believe them. But spoiler alert, if anyone hasn't read this story yet, even Lazarus died again.
It's interesting because the Pharisees, the people with the answers, didn't have much use for Jesus. They could take him or leave him. In fact, they were pretty much ready to leave him. And he says this interesting thing in Mark 2, that it's not the well that need a doctor, it's the sick. And here's what we're talking about. And I think our culture, which is a production culture, an invention culture, and we've produced so many things. I think the main thing that we're trying to produce with all of the products that we have is we're trying to produce comfort, whether it's food,
right, and rescue, right?
comfort and rescue.
Comfort and rescue.
Entertainment is a massive form of comfort and rescue. Drugs, illicit drugs or addictions are false comfort. Distraction, even the the independent American mindset of I don't need anything and I won't be a burden to anybody. And that sounds great. I would love it if that could be the truth. But the reality is sometimes we're just weak.
Fill this church with joy